Before I ever traded a single option, I was on a construction job site, reviewing blueprints, double checking HVAC specs, and calculating stress tolerances for critical infrastructure and hospital wings. One project I'll never forget was a critical care tower. Every room had specific airflow requirements. Every beam had to support emergency backup systems. There was no room for error. You had to engineer it to survive the worst case scenario. Every single component of the job was reviewed by an inspector of record that met exact tolerances. And strangely enough, that exact mindset, designing for failure, became one of the greatest advantages I've gained as a trader. So a few years ago, I was knee-deep in spreadsheets, backtest, and volatility modeling. And I realized something odd. All things that made me a good engineer, they were the exact same things helping me to become a profitable trader. If you're new here, my name is Mark Anderson, and I used to work in construction and build hospitals, drug manufacturing labs, and critical infrastructure in the San Francisco Bay Area as a site superintendent. Now I run a zero-DT hedge fund focused on systematic option trading. And today, I want to walk you through the 5 engineering principles that shaped how I trade. I'll also share a few things that I had to unlearn from engineering to be the most successful in trading on a day in, day out basis. 5 ways engineering made me a better trader. 1. Engineers think in systems. Good trading isn't sexy, it's systematic. In engineering, we obsess over every process. There are workflows, checklists, submittals, shop drawings, quality assurance protocols, and approval layers for the specialist in each aspect. If it's not documented and it's not repeatable, it doesn't pass. Trading is the same. No emotions, just execution. If your trades don't have a checklist, you're not trading. You're winging it. I follow a defined system. I know the playbook before I place every trade. Entry rules, position sizing, adjustment logic, exit criteria, black swan risk, and most importantly, risk management, all laid out before I even log into my trading platform. Because in both engineering and trading, systems scale. Gut feelings do not. Safety and risk management is what provides you with the ability to go home safely each day. 2. You design to withstand catastrophe. Most traders take risk they don't understand. Engineers design with failure in mind. Ever build something where failure equals death? I have. When you're building a hospital, lives are literally on the line. You don't just plan for what should happen. You account for what could go wrong, even if it's a 1 in 1,000 edge case. That mindset gave me a deep respect for risk and safety. It transferred directly into how I handle drawdowns in my portfolio exposure. One bad assumption, you're wiped out. That's why every strategy I run is built with a margin of safety, redundancy, and scenario analysis. We assume volatility spikes. We assume black swans. We assume we could be wrong sometimes, and we plan accordingly with that margin of safety built in. Because in both buildings and option trading portfolios, it's not about the average day. It's about surviving the worst day, the black swan, the natural disaster. That's what keeps your portfolio alive and allows it to stand the test of time. 3. Simulation before execution. In engineering, we simulate real-world inputs, not the best case, reality. Same with trading and backtesting. They're like our blueprints, but our live trades. That's the construction site. Before I run capital through a new strategy, I forward test it. I paper trade it. I stress test it under different market conditions and volatility shocks. I run it small. I make sure it can withstand all conditions. Does it hold up in low vol? Does it hold up in high vol? Trending days, choppy days, market scenarios we have never experienced before? I need to see that resilience, not just the elegance. It's like building a bridge and only testing it when the sun is shining. You wouldn't trust it. So why would I trust a strategy that hasn't seen market turbulence? Test it before you trust it. 4. Iterate or die. Nothing works forever. Conditions change and markets evolve. Every engineer knows the real world is messy. So you build in with buffers. You test, you update, you you refine, you review your shop drawings, you send RFIs. Great engineers don't settle for version 1. Neither do great traders. We evolve the strategy. Every one of our hedge fund systems goes through a regular quality assurance and quality checklist process. If a drawdown exceeds a threshold, we pause, we investigate, we continually monitor it, we test the assumptions again. And here's the kicker. Your system should tell you when something's off. We use dashboards and reports that serve as edge decay, performance drift, and risk spikes. That's how you stay ahead of the curve. Because if you're manually babysitting every trade, you don't have a strategy, you have a job. Which brings me to my last engineering principle. Your system should report out to you. In engineering, you lead teams. You get updates from site supervisors, foremans, and subcontractors. Everyone is on the same page for where we are in the schedule and what the critical path is. We move the job site forward as a team. You don't check every bolt yourself. You set up reporting systems where your subcontractors that are specialists in that regime are able to tell you how progress is going. Same with trading. I'm not glued to the screen. My systems report to me through automated logs, alerts, dashboards, and our critical path to profitability. If something breaks, I know all about it. If it's running smoothly, I'm focused on high leverage decisions. This makes trading scalable, more peaceful, and more reliable. And for my fellow engineers out there, here's a bonus tip. Don't let engineering trap you. The engineering mindset can become a liability if you're not careful. Engineers crave precision, certainty, control. But trading is probabilistic. There's no perfect trade, no guaranteed outcome. So here are the 3 traps I had to unlearn from my engineering mindset. 1, over-optimizing and chasing to build the perfect system instead of the one that's robust in the real world. This ties into number 2, avoiding uncertainty. This means waiting too long to act before you are 100% confident. And this can be the gnarliest setback, which is analysis paralysis. Spending more time modeling and executing. You need to build a system that trusts and that executes. Don't abandon your engineering brain. You just need to adapt it. Design for real-world volatility parameters. Create systems that don't rely on perfection. So if you come from an engineering background or a technical field, don't fight your instincts. Just channel them into building a trading system with structure, feedback, and durability. Because trading isn't about predicting the future, it's about surviving uncertainty with consistent execution. That's the edge most traders miss. And it's the one thing I learned long before I ever placed a trade. If you found this helpful and want to see how I approach all types of trading strategies and see how I break down different backtests, then hit the subscribe button. I make these videos because I want to cut through all of the bro finance noise and share actual real world insights into option trading. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.